Hey everyone, and welcome to the weekly watch list. So let's get right into it by looking at the overall market as a whole to get a better picture of where stocks could potentially be moving for the upcoming week. So to start off with, we're going to be looking at the ES futures here, and we can see that on Friday we did get this very strong push with the Jackson Hole meeting coming out, and the market obviously liked what was happening, so we got this large push to the upside. Here we are pushing this +2 ATR region now, which always makes me a little hesitant in a place where it can usually revert back down, but this market does look strong in my opinion and has very good structure on the daily time frame. Going over here to the Qs now, very similar to the ES futures, had a nice push up on here on Friday, had this daily squeeze that is actually now fired to the upside, so this one we could see a few more days of nice continuation to that upside as the squeeze as now officially fired. So this one also looks very strong. Come over here to the Dow. This one isn't pushing up as high, so it's kind of lagging a little bit behind, but I still like its structure quite a bit here. You had the fall down to almost the 21, and then held the 21 once again here and bounced right up off of it. We do have a low compression squeeze on the daily time frame, so if the other ones continue to keep ripping, I'm assuming that the Dow will eventually catch up and also start making more all-time highs. Now the Russell here has been in a big old consolidation period from, let's look back here. What is this? February? So back in February, we've just been pinging back and forth, and it's still doing the exact same thing. So it hits down at this lower support region and bounces off of it. And now I think it's going to come up here and touch this top support region, and then hopefully it can break through and keep continuing to make higher highs. But the other day here on Thursday, we had a close right at that 21 EMA, and then on Friday, the small caps absolutely boomed. We had the squeeze firing, and now we have this nice large push to the upside. And as I said before, I think we will start to test that upper resistance line here in the upcoming days or weeks. We will see though as the market may not always do what we want it to do. So looking into actual plays now that I'm looking for the week, the first one is going to be Apple. So Apple's been on my watch list for a while now, and it's been doing exactly what I've always wanted it to do, and it keeps holding its structure, so that's why I'm keeping it on my watch list as I'm looking for this one to enter as well. So if we look at the structure here, it holds this 21 EMA beautifully. We did have one close below it and then one close right at it, but now we have now secured more closes above that 21. We have a nice daily squeeze setting up. We do have the darker blue bars, but if the histogram is above 0, I am still relatively bullish on that. We are closing here above the 8 EMA now. Ideally would like to have fall back to that 21 before getting entry, but everything about this structure does look solid because we do have our stacked EMAs as well. The next one I'm looking at is AMD. So AMD had its huge run here, and now it had to revert back down to the mean some time or another before making another run. It's exactly what it's done. So off of those high, just all it did was revert right back down to this 21 EMA, and now it's looking to make, I think, another push with this daily squeeze setting up back to those all-time high levels. So this one ideally would like it to fall back down to that 8 EMA where I would like an entry because I think this one is gearing up to make a very large move back up to those all-time highs with this squeeze giving it that extra power to actually boost up into those levels. So the next one I'm looking at is CLF. Structure on it is very nice. We're closing above the 21 here. We have a daily squeeze setting up. We do have red on the histogram, which we will need that to switch over before ever actually getting on the trade. But we have stacked DMAs. Everything about its structure is still bullish. Just need to be patient with this one to make sure that this transfers over to yellow before we ever look to actually enter the trade. The next one I am looking at is Shopify. So if we look here, once again, have a great daily squeeze. We're getting this return of bullish momentum with these yellow bars. We're getting the closes above the 21 now. We have our stacked DMAs. I think that this one is now also gearing up for a nice push, um, potentially back up here to these all-time highs. So this one is looking very solid to the long side. And then the last one that I'll be looking at this week is Tesla. So Tesla off of these highs has come down quite a bit and has kind of been consolidating here, but now you can start to see that it is actually starting to make an uptrend. We keep getting higher highs and higher lows. So I do like Tesla a lot here. Its structure is very bullish, and we do have a nice daily squeeze setting up with some bullish momentum on the histogram, as we can see with that light blue bar. We're getting our closes above the 21. It's holding the 8 EMA as of now, so I will be looking for an entry at that level. We have our stacked DMAs. Everything about this is just perfect structure. That's all we are always looking for, are those exact criteria. And another reason I like Tesla, if we come here on the weekly time frame, you can pull this up, and it's basically the same thing as the daily time frame, but it's just a little bit different of time frame, obviously. So if we're looking at this, we're closing back above that 21, holding the 8 EMA on the weekly. Um, this squeeze is looking to fire to the upside. I think that after this consolidation period here in Tesla for a while, I think it's going to go test these all-time highs once again as well here in the next few months. So these are the stocks that I'm looking at for the week ahead. Hopefully you all get a better understanding maybe of how I trade and other stocks you can be looking at for the upcoming week. So let's go out there on Monday and have a great trading week, everyone.